raindrops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, and the dream that you did to, oh, why can't oh, someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind. Be where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. The dreams that you dare to, why, oh, why can't
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this very, very, very special day. My name is Marcia Weeks, and I'm a licensed marriage commissioner with the province of Prince Edward Island. And on behalf of Sarah and Sophie, I would like to thank you for being here this afternoon, for taking the time and making the journey, not only to be part of this day, but for being the foundation and support in their everyday lives. And of course, on any special occasion, especially a wedding, we're always thinking of those that we wish that could be here today to celebrate, especially Sarah's brother Tyler, but I know his love is with you today on your wedding day. And we probably should start the wedding off by acknowledging how beautiful our brides look. Take a little bow, ladies. Well, a wedding is such a special occasion filled with so many dreams, hopes, and excitement, and I know we're all so happy to be here to celebrate the love and commitment that Sarah and Sophie have for each other and to recognize and witness their decision to journey forward in their lives as a married couple. And when I first meet couples, I always love to ask them how they met or where their love story began. And in the case of Sarah and Sophie, we are here today because two people met at university. Is there a chance there's any St. Francis Xavier alumni here? Sarah and Sophie were living in a house as roommates. They enjoyed spending time as friends, and then one day something changed, and Sarah and Sophie realized they had feelings for each other. As their relationship grew, they both knew that they had met the person they wanted to spend the rest of their lives with. Within a week of each other, they asked each other to be each other's wife. They both said yes, and here we are today. Sarah and Sophie love curling, watching curling, thinking about curling, yoga, spending time with their cat Luna, doing all the regular things in life that couples do, and they're very much looking forward to the next chapter of their lives as a married couple. And in reflecting on their own wedding ceremony, I asked them to think about the things that they love the most about each other. Sarah loves that Sophie is fairly funny and makes her laugh. And Sophie loves Sarah's dad jokes and how she makes her laugh. And they're very much both grateful to have the best parents who shaped their faith and love and inspired them to be the great people that they are today. Great job, moms and dads. And a special thank you from me to you for having me as part of your special day. You ladies are the best, really. Aren't they the best? And I wish you a lifetime of happiness and love together. So we are here today to witness the creation of a marriage. Marriage is the most intimate of all relationships. It is the ultimate commitment to love, share, trust, and grow with another person. It is the beginning of a whole new life with your best friend. And as you celebrate today, I'm sure you'll be offered lots of advice on what it takes to have a successful marriage. And here's some beautiful advice that I stumbled across one day, and I thought I would share it with you both today. So let love be your shelter. The world is noisy and confusing at times, so make a home that is a haven. A peaceful place where you can listen to your hearts and savor the comfortable closeness that you both share. And no matter how busy your days may be, make time for yourselves. Hold hands, unwind, surprise each other. Find little chances every day to show you're grateful to be partners, to be friends, and to be married. Life is not perfect. You may make mistakes, but every time that you meet life's challenges together, you'll grow wiser, stronger, and surer of your love. Cherish your yesterdays. They are irreplaceable souvenirs of your journey through life together. Make memories that will bring smiles whenever you look back, and look back often. But look forward too. Dream together, plan together, make promises to keep. Believe in your tomorrows, because tomorrows are what forever is made of. And to make love last, always put each other first. This is the way to make a beautiful life together, the kind of life that you deserve so much. So I now call on you both in the presence of all of your witnesses to repeat after me. And Sarah, you're going to go first. I, Sarah McPhee, do solemnly swear that I do not know of any lawful impediment why I cannot be legally married to Sophie Peltekian. And Sophie, you're going to look right at Sarah and you're going to repeat after me. I, Sophie Peltekian, do solemnly swear that I do not know of any lawful impediment why I cannot be legally married to Sarah McPhee. Great job. And I know the wedding day has it's been busy so far, hasn't it? Yes. So I always encourage couples to take a moment to be in the moment, because the day is going to go so fast. So take a moment, look around at all these beautiful people that came to love and support you, and everybody wave at them up here. Yeah, and enjoy every second, because you've worked so hard to get here. And is there anyone you didn't invite? Just you can check that out too. So I would love to invite Sarah's Aunt Sharon to come forward to share a reading.
Captain Corelli's Mandolin by Louis de Bernier. Love is a temporary madness. It erupts like volcanoes and then subsides. And when it subsides, you have to make a decision. You have to work out whether your roots have so entwined together that it is inconceivable that you should ever part. Because this is what love is. Love is not breathlessness. It is not excitement. It is not provocation of eternal passion. That is just being in love, which any fool can do. Love itself is what is left over when being in love has burned away. And this is both an art and a fortunate accident. Those that truly love have roots that grow towards each other underground. And when all the pretty blossoms have fallen from their branches, they find that they are one tree and not two.
So Sarah and Sophie are going to have a unity stand ceremony now. So I'm going to ask you ladies to head over to the table. And they're going to be joining sand from both of their favorite beaches. So today, Sarah and Sophie are becoming a family of their own, pouring their love and strength into a shared dream for the future. And to honor this, they'll partake in a sand ceremony, sand from beaches that they both love, and pour it into this single jar. They'll take this jar home with them so that every day they'll be reminded of how their individual strengths and passions can blend together into a beautiful shared life. And as you can see, the jar is now filled with all these really neat color patterns, twists, and turns, and we wish all the same for you too, that your lives will be much more interesting, fun, creative, and exciting together. So may your union be forever blessed.
Justice Kennedy's majority opinion when the Supreme Court ruled that the U.S. Constitution granted same-sex couples the right to marry. No union is more profound than marriage, for it embodies the highest ideals of love, fidelity, devotion, sacrifice, and family. As some of the petitioners in these cases demonstrate, marriage embodies a love that may endure even past death. It would misunderstand that these men and women to say they disrespect the idea of marriage. Their plea is that they do respect it so deeply that they seek to find its fulfillment for themselves. Their hope is not to be condemned to live in loneliness, excluded from one of civilization's oldest institutions. They ask for equal dignity in the eyes of the law. The Constitution grants them that right.
So you came here today to affirm your love for one another and to formally acknowledge what your hearts already know, that your lives are meant to be shared as one, that you are stronger together than you are apart, and that for all your days yet to come, you wish to share together all life's joys and challenges committed to one another. So to you, Sarah, promise to keep Sophie as your best friend, to fill her heart, to love her unconditionally, to always want the best for her as you journey through your lives together. And to you, Sophie, promise to keep Sarah as your best friend, to fill her heart, to love her unconditionally, and to always want the best for her as you journey through your lives together.
I do.
So Sarah, I'm going to ask you to look right at Sophie, and you're going to repeat after me. I, Sarah McPhee, choose you, Sophie Peltekian, to be my lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish until death do us part. And Sophie, you're going to look right at Sarah and you're going to repeat after me. I, Sophie Peltekian, choose you, Sarah McPhee, to be my lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish until death do us part. And Sarah and Sophie have chosen to share their own vows and promises with each other. So I don't know who's going to go first. Sophie?
Sarah, wow,
You look absolutely stunning today. I can hardly believe that we have finally arrived at this moment. How we met may have been unremarkable. I don't even remember the first time we spoke. But I do remember the charm of your low-class British accent when you would playfully say, I work at the clock tower. When the time changes, I change the clock. Little did I know that 11 years later, I would be standing here ready to marry the clock tower girl. As the first few years of knowing you went by, I realized how incredibly fun and funny you were, and I couldn't get enough of your company. And at some point, our connection grew and we found ourselves at the beginning of our love story. When people ask how we came to be, our story isn't one of pure happiness, sunshine, and rainbows. It's one of mixed emotions. Yes, there was a rush of emotion and excitement at first, but that was immediately followed by feelings of fear and shame. You couldn't come out on your own terms, and we were thrusted into defining our relationship before we had even known what we were. But there we were, falling in love, and a note I wrote to you back in 2015 is a perfect snapshot of how I was feeling at the time. I wrote, I've always looked at people who go on and on about their relationships and thought, oh my God, they're so annoying. But now I see what all the hype is about. Really poetic. Since we've been together, we've been through some highs and lows. We've laughed and we've cried. We've had to deal with stuff no other couples have to. But through it all, we continue to be there for each other. Our dedication to one another persevered during our 4 years of long distance. And although I wouldn't wish to repeat those years, I'm grateful for the lessons they taught us. They forced us to grow as individuals, and we learned how to adapt and become better communicators. As the years have gone by, I've learned more about the beautiful person you are, and you constantly surprise me in the most delightful ways. Like that time in Portugal when the attendant informed us that your bag hadn't arrived. And while I expected a meltdown or panic, you calmly replied, okay, when can I expect my bag to arrive? And it's little moments like this that make me fall in love with you all over again. Having been your friend for a decade, I've had the privilege of experiencing firsthand the kind of friend you are. You always have your friends in mind, remembering all the little details that matter. You've created a safe, welcoming space for your friends, earning our deepest trust. You're incredibly loyal and thoughtful, and I consider myself lucky to call you my best friend. Sarah, since we've been together, I haven't just gained a partner, I've gained a family. You've shown me unwavering love and patience, which I test frequently. You've given me space to be vulnerable and have introduced me to the wonders of your dad jokes. Committing my life to you forever isn't scary. In fact, it's the easiest decision I've ever made. I have no doubt that you are the person I am meant to journey through life with. Sarah, I promise to always support you and be your equal. I will celebrate your victories and share in your pain. In times of grief, I will be there for you while respecting your space. I promise to communicate my needs and to create space for you to communicate yours. I promise to continue working on our relationship. Together, we will take on life's obstacles, knowing that there will be many, starting with this challenging housing market. I promise to consider your perspective and find solutions that work for both of us. Sarah, I promise that you'll never have to eat unseasoned boiled chicken ever again. From this day forward, I vow to listen to and thoroughly digest every newly released Taylor Swift album. I will handle the rodents if you deal with the spiders. And I promise I will never send you flowers in a cardboard box via the Maritime bus ever again. I cannot wait to embark on the next chapters of life with you. Sarah, my wife, my karaoke partner, I love you now and forever. Wow, okay, well, I have the exact same thing, so ditto. some similarities for sure. You, Sophie Peltekian, are my light in the darkest of days. You are the music in the silent room. You are my compass when I am lost. You're not the other half of my heart. You are my whole heart. You are my person. You are my best friend. I never imagined myself here. I never imagined myself marrying someone from the big city or someone who loves cats or a woman. I really did not anticipate that one. So that was a plot twist. Life is such a curious way of working out. I've thought of all the decisions I've had to make in order for me to find my way to you and you to me. Both of us at St. FX, both of us in the same residence, both of us on the same floor, and then both of us living in the same house. The universe worked hard to finally get us together, but she did it, and here we are. In the beginning, when up was down and left was right, and we were in a whirlwind, you always managed to keep me grounded. I knew myself well enough to know in those early days that I might want to give up and take the easy way out and, quote, run away from you. And you promised me more than 8 years ago that you wouldn't let me run away from you. You knew this was a love worth fighting for. Because of that promise, because you made me feel so safe around you, to trust you completely, I fell so quickly in love with you, and there was no turning back. I am forever grateful for falling in love with you, for not letting the judgment of others stand in our way, for not taking the easy way out. Because if we had let those things get in our way, I know my life wouldn't be as bright nor colorful as it is today. Over these 8.5 years, including 4 years of long distance, we have grown incredibly as individuals and as partners. Our commitment grew for each other as we learned hard lessons of compromise, communication, and trust. And it has made us such a strong couple today. Over the years, I've had a front row seat in watching you accomplish your dreams through dedication and determination. I've learned so much from you, including how to live in the moment, how to be a cat mom, and how to properly cook chicken. It's not by boiling it, by the way. And I also learned how to be patient. Very, very patient. You opened my eyes to spontaneity, seeing the good in all things bad, and myself. You helped me discover who I was and be that person without doubt, without apologizing, and without restrictions. I wouldn't be the person I am today without you. I hope we continue to push each other to evolve and never stop learning from each other and never stop learning from the world. Even with all the curveballs life has to throw at us, all the highs and all the lows, these things I promise. I, Sarah McPhee, promise to be your best friend. I promise to not just listen to you, but to hear you. I promise to go on adventures with you. When you ask for 5 kisses, I promise to give you 6. I promise to hold your hand. I promise to support you through life's ups and downs and put in the work when times get tough. I promise to grow old with you, but stay young at heart. I want to promise you a million other things, but I think these people will get annoyed and want to go eat later. So lastly, I promise to love you. But saying I love you isn't enough. You deserve the most beautiful words. Oh my gosh. Okay. You deserve the most beautiful words ever written, ever imagined, to even come close to how you make me feel. How can I summarize the feeling of always being so happy when you walk through the door, whether it's been months, weeks, minutes, or even seconds? How can I describe the gravitation I feel towards you, always wanting to be where you are?
How can I summarize the feeling of you being my home? Not a city, not a building, but you. You are my home, and you will always be my home. Sophie, you deserve more than I love you, but I hope you will give me the rest of my life to try to find the proper words you deserve. I am overjoyed to spend the rest of my life with you, to grow old with you, to make mistakes with you, to face the world with you. To my wife, I love you.
They did good, didn't they? Well, a ring is a fitting symbol for a wedding promise. It is a circle with no beginning or end, love without end. And the rings that you will exchange today mark the beginning of your journey together, filled with wonders, surprises, tears, laughter, celebrations, joy, and love. And in ancient times, couples often exchanged rings because of a belief that a vein from the ring finger goes directly to the heart. And may I have the rings, please? So Sarah, you're going to place that ring on the third finger of Sophie's left hand, and you're going to repeat after me. I give you this ring as a sign of my love and commitment. And I am honored to call you my wife. And Sophie, you're going to place that ring on the third finger of Sarah's left hand. You're going to repeat after me. I give you this ring as a sign of my love and commitment. And I am honored to call you my wife. Well, may your home be filled with laughter, love, and warmth. May you continually rediscover that your love for one another is one of your greatest gifts. May your heart stay full, may your spirit stay connected, and may you love long and happily in one another's arms. May your troubles be less and your blessings be more, and nothing but good health, love, and happiness come through your door. And with everyone here today, and by the power vested in me in the Marriage Act of Prince Edward Island, after 11 years? I now pronounce you legally married. You may kiss the bride. So it gives me great pleasure to present for the very first time the newlyweds, Sarah and Sophie.
the newlyweds, Sarah and Sophie.
All right, what a day.
All right, so good evening, everyone. For those who don't have the pleasure of knowing us, we are Sarah and Renee. We have the absolute honor of being Sophie's sister and brother. We want to start off by welcoming you all to the beautiful wedding reception. We hope everyone is having an amazing time so far. We want to thank you for the beautiful brides for allowing us to be a part of their special day and for trusting us with this speech. We know that people have traveled as far as Australia and as close as a few kilometers down the road. And we're here today to celebrate these two very special people. And we want to personally welcome each and every one of you.
Okay, to start, so Sophie has always been a special, one-of-a-kind person. She's not just our sister, she's our partner in crime, and the mastermind behind some of our most hilarious adventures. Her intelligence, kindness, and infectious sense of humor have always made her the life of the party. Like I'm telling you, it truly has never been a dull moment with Sophie around. From practicing karaoke in the living room on a random Sunday afternoon, to her uncanny ability to find humor in even the most mundane situations, Sophie's wit is sharper than a well-timed punchline, and her charm could win over even the grumpiest of souls. We're pretty lucky to call her our sister, and we're very proud of all of her accomplishments. I mean, we could talk about them all night, but I mean, who wouldn't be proud to have a legal drug-dealing pharmacist in the family?
Let us give you a little snapshot of what it was like growing up with Sophie, also known as the middle child, meaning she had a talent for slipping under the radar and getting away with everything. She had the ultimate superpower, blaming one of us for her mischievous deed, and our parents would often fall for that innocent act, giving her a free pass while we faced the consequences.
And let's not forget about Sophie's special talent for being a morning person. While the rest of us groggily stumbled out of our beds, Sophie would burst into our rooms, serenading us with one of her favorite original songs. Picture this, Avril Lavigne lyrics Avril Lavigne tunes with Sophie's personalized lyrics added in. Trust us, it was an experience that you couldn't forget, even if you tried. She had a knack for turning the dullest mornings into a main concert, whether we liked it or not. We may have grumbled and complained back then, but looking back, it was the perfect start to the morning. And lucky for Sarah, she's gonna have a lifetime of them.
Now let us take you back to the beginning of their love story. When it came time to look at universities, Sophie decided to attend St. FX University. I think we were a little shocked, as we weren't really sure what she was really going to get herself into. To our surprise, on our very first visit to McKinnon Hall, resident known as home of the chillest chicks, we realized how well Sophie had settled into St. FX lifestyle, but more importantly, that she had already made so many pretty amazing lifelong friends. But that wasn't a big, huge surprise to us, because Sophie has always been a way of bringing out the best in people into our lives, where they always become part of the family.
But there was one particular friend she met at X named Sarah McPhee from the small town of Surrey, Indiana, whose name just kept getting brought up more and more often.
Yes, you heard that right. Another Sarah. We had to admit it was a little confusing at first. After having 2 Sarahs around, gosh, I don't know how many Sarahs now, but it didn't take long for us to realize that Sarah was worth the confusion, lived up to the name, spelled it correctly, and was someone truly special to Sophie.
In fact, Sarah became such an important part of our lives that I couldn't help but have a little chat with her to ask my famous overprotective brother question. So, Sarah, what are your intentions with my sister? We were prepared to be the protective siblings and give her a hard time, but Sarah took it like a champ. She understood our love for Sophie and assured us of her genuine love and commitment. From that moment on, we knew she was not just a friend, but someone who would be by Sophie's side for a lifetime. And here we are today, celebrating their incredible story.
One thing that truly amazes us about Sophie and Sarah's relationship is their unwavering resilience. They faced years of long distance while pursuing further education, building their successful careers in pharmacy and economics. But even when miles are apart, their love remains strong. It takes a special kind of bond to withstand the challenges of the distance, and it's testament to the depth of their love and commitment.
Sarah, you brought so much joy into Sophie's lives, and ours too. From expanding your family and becoming cat moms to your precious little Luna. Not to mention, Sarah, your incredible ability to keep Sophie organized and on track is literally nothing short of a miracle. So thank you. Yeah, clap for us. And let's not forget your infectious laugh and energy, which can light up even the dullest rooms. Together you complement each other perfectly, and it's creating a balance that is truly beautiful to witness.
We do want to take one moment to share a little story about Sophie and Sarah that perfectly captures their love and commitment. And I know it was already mentioned too. But during the years of long distance, a global pandemic strikes, and Sarah, in her infinite devotion, agrees to brave the depths of our parents' basement for a mandatory 2-week isolation. Now folks, let us assure you, this is not a luxury retreat. We're talking about meals delivered on the stairs, our mom tossing a piece of chicken from the balcony, and her rocking the same sweatsuit for days on end. Let's talk about true devotion. It's very clear that your love for Sophie knows no bounds.
So let's raise a glass in the toast to our bride, Sophie and Sarah, 2 incredible individuals who have found each other and embarked on this remarkable journey together.
Here's to a lifetime lived with love, laughter, countless more memories.
May your love continue to grow and flourish as you navigate through life's ups and downs.
May you always find strength and resilience in each other, knowing that together you will overcome any challenge that comes your way.
And may your love story serve as an inspiration to all of us, reminding us of the power of love, laughter, and unwavering commitment. Cheers. We love you both.
Hi, can everyone hear me? Especially those couple tables in the back there. Hi, everyone. What a glorious, glorious day it's been. We're so fortunate to be here with all these beautiful people.
Look at this wedding party. So I'm Kelsey, Sarah's sister, maid of honor, and I'm very honored to be here today to stand with Sarah on this memorable day. I was thinking, it's a big day, lots of pressure on Sarah and Sophie. So I thought I'd take the pressure off and give the speech with me. So, as some of you may recall, for about 10 years, I was the oldest of three. Me, Tyler, and Anthony. Oh, life was rough with two brothers. I really, really wanted a sister. Anthony and Tyler were great. They never played how I wanted to play. For example, I had lots of Barbie dolls. Not only would they not play Barbie dolls with me, but they wouldn't even let my Barbies marry their wrestlers. If I knew now what I know, if I knew then what I know now, I would just let my Barbies marry each other. Finally, there was a chance for my dream of a sister to come true. Mom had a baby in her belly, and I prayed and prayed for my sister. There's no gender reveal prior to the big day then, so the day my Uncle Peter came to pick me up at a birthday party and told me I had a baby sister, best day ever. It was love at first sight. I couldn't believe I finally had a sister. Quickly learned new rooms aren't all that fun. But she was a real live baby doll for me. Time went by, we both grew and grew. The adventures only got better. Lots of expeditions, such as stealing Mom's minivan and Sarah's years, an unknown amount of trips to Ammunish, mine, Anthony, Sarah, Sophie's pastoring ceremonies, Florida, Europe, Moncton, Milburn, and Ottawa, of course. But as we all know, life isn't all trips and good times. We learned the importance of family after the death of Tyler. Sarah was fairly young when Tyler died and proved to be very gentle and generous with her love for all of us. She is also the best person I know who can allow space for a person to be upset and sad. And as she tells me, it's okay to not be okay today. Tyler would have loved to be here today for sure. But he definitely would have wanted to get up here at the top. And you all know how much I love the microphone. We got to meet Sarah as Sophie's friend 8-ish years ago. And we all bonded that first weekend, which ended up being a classic keep-on winter storm. I didn't realize Sophie also loves keep-on storm cancellations. You know, the ones cribbage, cancel at the Trackety Community Center, bingo's postponed in Colville Manor. I have seen these two grow together over the past 8-ish years. 2 degrees at X, long distance relationships, graduations, cat, pandemics, convoys, and finally back home to the East Coast. Over the past several months, I have seen numerous occasions of how well they communicate with each other. This will serve you very well over the years with all of the ups and downs that marriage has. Vernon, myself, Mason, Charlotte, and Grace are so honored and privileged to be
part of this very special day. And I'm so grateful that my children will grow up knowing that their Barbie dolls can marry each other. To the bride.
Oh wow. I'm from Halifax. And I love noise. I love it. But this room is done so nice, it's so good, that anybody's saying anything in the back, we can hear it now. It's amazing. It's an amazing room. So just bear with us. And I'm not sure why you thought you were funny, but that's okay.
What an amazing day this has been. And aren't we the lucky ones? So lucky. Wow, with the stroke of a pen this afternoon, our family has become so much larger. You know, Rhonda, Brian, like, your family's got a little bigger, like, but we've
Just a little bit.
We've been the big winners here, for sure. And we want to thank all you people for coming here, friends, to celebrate Sophie and Sarah's love and commitment to each other. It's no small thing these days. You know, we want to raise that because we are a small but mighty family, which I'm probably not repeating again. We're so grateful that Larissa, Rudy, and Finn have come all this way from Australia. And we're sorry that Larissa's parents couldn't make it here tonight. Anyway, there are reasons, for health reasons, associated with that. Anyway, we wanted to say just a few things for Sarah. Sarah Ann, you know what? You're a beautiful young woman with a keen intellect and humor with that, and a generous heart. You're kind soul, We couldn't be happier to welcome you to the small but mighty Calpeckian family, and you know we are a force. This is your family has welcomed Sophie. In fact, Sarah, your family's awesome, welcoming hospitality sets the bar really high. There's also no way we Caledonians, can equal, especially those lobster teams. We thank you so much, for everything and for, how good you've been to Sophie. And the limited time.
And it wasn't a limited time, we were given exactly a few minutes.
We've been allocated, although Sarah's, become more flexible. It's really hard to express all the great things we like to say about Sophie, Margaret, Dorothy, anyway, the best middle child anyone could ever have. We've got so much reflection lately, and you can still see you as a toddler watching CBC News on TV while carefully examining the pages of the Plains News magazine back in 1994. Anyway, in the playpen on Major Street in downtown Toronto, I might say, or up Toronto, as we say, and she was multitasking early on. And she was good. It was maybe, it was almost great, actually. Anyway, you've excelled at everything you ever put your mind to, Sophie. You can still hear the sound of that basketball banging off the backboard on Pimple Road in Halifax. In the dark. Oh yeah, for sure. Anyway, now I can speak now.
It's funny because we had a couple of paragraphs here. It depended on if she started crying, I was going to start reading there. So she started screaming, she could have you continue. I'm really okay. You're doing an excellent job. An amazing job, right? And I love you for that. Anyway, Sophie, you were quite a quiet toddler, and Mom would worry about your social skills. And I think that was a waste of work. And the thing is, from the day you started school, you develop lasting friendships. Many of them are here today. There are folks here that you got to connect from sports, from school, from work, from Senetex. I'm going to say that SFX, STFX, yeah, right? Yeah. Even that pharmacy. And Ottawa too, right? I mean, I met a whole bunch of people, right? So, this is
Oh my God. Anyway.
you can't say, we tried this last night together, but if we went, but she was always really fast and loud.
Anyway, we love you both. We'll be here to support you always. Always. As long as we're alive, anyway. We want you to continue to cherish and nurture and love each other, not only now, but in the years ahead. Because, life's like that. It's a lot of work in a marriage, for sure. But, as we all know that. Anyway, we're just so happy.
Yeah.
And once again,
And once again, yeah. Let's raise the classes for
I don't like as much as Kelsey does. Is my voice okay? We are very happy to see you all here today, as has been said many times, as we celebrate Sarah and Sophie's marriage. We are Sophie's parents, Brian and Ryan.
No, Sarah's
That damn word check. Sophie, the first time we met you was in the winter of 2015. You came to the island for the weekend with Sarah. So similar to what Kelsey said, through conversation, playing board games, sharing meals together, and swapping stories, we were getting to know you. In fact, we liked you right from the get-go. As the years progressed, we got to know you better and better. In fact, I had the privilege to spend about a week with both of you in Ottawa when you guys had decided to move back east. I flew to Ottawa on a one-way ticket on Good Friday last year to help them pack up the apartment. Sarah figured she could work all week and we could just pack a few things later. Now, anyone that has ever moved understands how many decisions have to be made when packing up your possessions to move halfway across the country. Do you keep it? Do you ditch it? Do you goodwill it? Do you sell it? This takes a lot of conversation, cooperation, and tolerance of one another. I saw how the two of you worked together to come to a resolution. Once the movie meal was packed, then we packed up the Honda Civic. Not a big vehicle. Picture this, in a Honda Civic, driving from Ottawa to TEI in April. Sarah wanted to take the winter tires off, and Brian said no. We had Sarah and Sophie, myself, Lou the cat, plants that reached the ceiling on the Honda Civic, the truck full of clothes and other necessary items that they would need for the next month because their belongings aren't coming until a month's time. Anyway, let's just say it was rather cozy. They were going to take me to PEI and then go on to Halifax. We all got along well. In fact, when we got to Surrey to drop me off, the two of them decided to stay with us for a few more days. So you learn to tolerate us quite early. Sophie, you are a gem. We love you. We are so pleased to be able to call you one of our family and our daughter. Sarah Ann. Your wedding day has finally arrived, something that you have dreamed of and have been planning for many years. As a child growing up, you brought as much joy and happiness over the years. And we couldn't be more proud of you here today. Your childhood was rich with family fun, cousins fun, many friends throughout your school years. You tried a few sports, hockey, ringette, and settled in on curling, where you continued playing at the university level and now as an adult in Halifax at the Mayflower. As a youth and adult, you've always shown a strong work ethic, from working the bluefin at the age of 13 to the fish plant in North Lake, a service provider in Antigonish and off to Ottawa to work for the parliamentary budget officer, a job you worked hard at and you enjoyed. While in Ottawa, you were faced with COVID and the Freedom Convoy. Enough was enough. So you and Sophie had decided to move back east sooner than later. You were willing to part with a well-loved job with a shared desire to move back home to be closer to both of your families. This shows extremely strong family values. As a child growing up, being the fourth, you always had an uphill battle to be seen and heard. Kelsey was like another mother to you, and she tried to keep you in line and teach you like cousins. Anthony, no longer being the youngest, now had the opportunity to be the older child and tried to get you to play what you wanted to play. This often went well, as you were very happy to play with Anthony, but sometimes it would go off the rails. When you weren't getting your own way, you would run to Tyler for help. Therefore, Tyler's role became one as your protector. It would always take your side. You would always take your side in battles. And I'm pretty sure if you were in the wrong, Tyler would probably still have taken your side. Tyler enjoyed this role, although Tyler is not physically here with us today. I want you to know that he's always close by. Sit still. Listen. Be quiet. And you'll feel his presence. Now, we would like to give you a small little gift. I'd like you to open it. We'd like to give you a small little gift as a reminder that you and Tyler have traveled many of the same roads with a special connection to St. Francis Xavier University, as you both had chosen residents that had a long history of connectedness, McNeil and Chillis. May this gift be a reminder that Tyler is always within your reach. He will still be by your side and your protector. Kelsey, do you want to open it up and just show it to her, please? So Sarah wasn't ready to take off her stuff to Santa Bax. So I was rummaging and found all these t-shirts from Chillis, and in Tyler's box there was t-shirts from Neil. So like you made that for you. Marriage advice. On the day Brad and I got married in 1985, a wonderful family friend of ours, Eleanor Davies, had a toast to the bride. And I have never forgotten that advice since, so I thought I would pass it along. This is Eleanor's quote. Marriage has been compared to a long trip in a tiny rowboat. If one partner starts to rock the boat, the other has to steady it. Otherwise, they will go down to the bottom together. No doubt from time to time, one or the other of you will be tempted to rock the boat. There's no harm in that. But whenever one of you get the urge to rock the boat, make sure the other one is prepared to steady it, so that the boat will stay on its voyage and on an even keel. And make sure the same person is not doing all the rocking. So, honored guests, please join us in toasting newlyweds Sarah and Sophie. We wish you continued success, happiness, joy, and movement.
To our closest friends and family, welcome and thank you for being here. As mentioned before, we have people from Australia coming, which was amazing. It means the world to us to be surrounded by the people who cheered us on and supported our love from the very beginning. We'd like to start off by thanking Rod and her staff this evening for the amazing meal. We'd also like to thank our other amazing vendors for making today really special. To all our family and friends who helped throughout the day, getting ready, at the ceremony, and here at the reception, as well as other events like our barbecue, engagement party, and our rehearsal last night. We are very, very grateful for the time you put in.
To our esteemed wedding party. Thank you for putting up with not just one bride, but two. Thank you for agreeing to go on this journey over the past year and a half. We can't thank you enough for all you've done to make this day come to life. We want to especially thank you for planning the most amazing bachelorette parties for each of your contributions. To my siblings, Renee and Sarah, thank you for putting up with me since the beginning, including my mischievous ways. You've been there for me in more ways than one, and I love the way you've embraced Sarah into our quirky, eccentric family. It was the best growing up with you two, and I love that we're just as close as adults. Thank you for everything you've done to get me to this point and for standing next to me today.
To my beautiful maid of honor, Kelsey, thank you for preparing me for this moment and having such a huge part in making today come to reality. Thank you for answering every text, every call, from the smallest to the largest detail. You were there. I couldn't imagine going through this nor through life without you. And thank you to my brother Anthony for delivering my first marriage shot of Fireball. Now for our MC, give it up for Kieran. It is not an easy job, but we knew you were up for the task. Thank you for making this evening so memorable. We are so happy that you're part of our special day today.
Most of all, we'd like to thank our parents for their unconditional love and support. You've shown us what a successful marriage is, a partnership through the lows and the highs. To Rhonda and Brian and the rest of the family. I'll admit, I was nervous meeting Sarah's large Catholic family. But to my
I've been greeted with nothing but warmth from each and every one of you, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You've welcomed me into the McPhee and McLean families with open arms, and I'm so, so happy that we've been able to make it official today. To Anne Kavork and the rest of the Peltekians, thank you for accepting me into your family and your home, and as mentioned before, especially those 2 weeks of isolating in your basement at the start of the pandemic. I learned very early on that these Peltekians were a bit crazy, and I didn't know exactly what I was getting myself into, but I see the love, I feel the love, and I'm so happy to be officially part of this wild family. And to each and every one of you, thank you again for being here with us today and celebrating our love. Especially in these times with the growing number of transgressions against our community, we feel incredibly supported and thankful to have a room full of 160 people that not only accept us for who we are, but want to celebrate that. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, we want to thank each and every LGBTQIA2+ person that has come before us throughout history. If it wasn't for their bravery, their protesting, their votes, it would not be possible for us to be here today. We cannot thank them enough for the road they paved for us.